Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we are going to be talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers edge rusher Yaya Diaby, who had a very interesting thing to say on Twitter at 9:49 p.m. on February 11th. He said, "I can't wait to prove all the doubters wrong. Trust and believe I am an elite pass rusher. In parentheses, for your information, watch film." And that made me think deeper about Yaya Diaby, about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pass rush, and about the season that Yaya Diaby had as a whole. Was he right? Was he an elite pass rusher this past season? And I dove into some of the advanced statistics. I dove into some of the Pro Football Focus numbers and whatnot. And to be honest, it was a pleasant surprise. And let's go ahead and start at those advanced statistics. So first thing I took a look at was the number of times a player was blitzed. This is times brought on a blitz of the quarterback. Yaya Diaby was ninth in the NFL in terms of players being sent on a blitz. 76 times Yaya Diaby was sent on a blitz. The only players above him are fellow Tampa Bay Buccaneer Levante David, who was sent 80 times. You have Drew Tranquill of the Kansas City Chiefs, Jack Campbell of the Detroit Lions, Jonathan Cooper of the Denver Broncos, Nick Bolton of the Kansas City Chiefs, Blake Cashman of the Minnesota Vikings, Andrew Van Ginkel of the Minnesota Vikings, and Frankie Louvu of the Washington Commanders. So Yaya Diaby was obviously used a whole heck of a lot to attack the opposing quarterbacks. But how did he do? Well, the next stat I want to take a look at is quarterback hurries. This is the quarterback throwing the ball earlier than intended or being chased out of the pocket. Of course, pass rushing isn't all just about sack numbers, pure sack numbers. Obviously, it is a pretty good statistic to look at in some cases, but there are other cases where pass rushers can affect the flow of a game and affect quarterbacks without having high volume sack numbers. And in this instance, in terms of quarterback hurries, Yaya Diaby was 13th in the league with 12 guys. That is the same, or sorry, that is the same amount as Nick Bosa of the San Francisco 49ers. That is only one less than Myles Garrett with the Cleveland Browns. The only players above him are guys like Chase Young, Trayvon Walker, Jared Verse, Max Crosby, Brian Burns, Trey Hendrickson, Micah Parsons, names along those lines. The next stat worth looking at is quarterback knockdowns. This is hitting the quarterback after the ball is thrown. So in terms of that, Yaya Diaby is ninth in the league with 15 quarterback knockdowns. The players above him are guys like Trey Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, Chris Jones, TJ Watt, and Leonard Williams. So whenever you look at the advanced statistics in terms of being sent on blitzes, Yaya Diaby is being used as a high volume blitzing type of player. That led him to getting a lot of quarterback hurries, top 15 in the league in quarterback hurries, slotting in at number 13. In terms of quarterback knockdowns, he was ninth in the league with 15. So you have a few metrics here where Yaya Diaby is at least a top 15 pass rusher in the league this previous season when it comes to hurrying the quarterback and knocking down the quarterback, which can lead to potentially forcing the quarterback to make mistakes. However, here is the big rub on Yaya Diaby, at least whenever we are looking at statistics alone, right? Yaya Diaby only had 4.5 sacks this year. That was not great. That actually went all the way down to the 96th best in the NFL. That is a big shift in terms of what we are looking at, right? Because while you do see Yaya Diaby be a top 9 player in terms of quarterback knockdowns, while you see him be number 14 or in the top 15 in terms of quarterback hurries, those sack numbers is something that is worrying, right? Not being able to finish the play, not being able to fully sack the quarterback. Whenever you do see other guys that have high-end hurries and quarterback knockdowns and whatnot, guys like Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, Jonathan Greener, those guys are getting 12 sacks, 17 and a half sacks, 12 sacks. You have Will McDonald of the New York Jets getting 10 and a half sacks, Myles Garrett getting 14 sacks, Trayvon Walker getting 10 and a half. Nick Bosa even got 9 sacks. So it's more so of an issue of finishing the play and being able to bring the quarterback down, right? But at least in terms of advanced statistics, that seems to be the only issue that Yaya Diaby needs to fix. Let's go ahead and move over to Pro Football Focus now. Whenever we take a look at their grades, Yaya Diaby had a 76.7 overall grade this past year. That's well above average. That was 26th out of 211 eligible edge defenders this past season. Yaya Diaby also had a pass rush grade of 77.3. That was 19th out of 211 eligible edge defenders, and a run defense grade of 72.3. That was 31st out of 211 edge defenders. So anyway you slice it, Yaya Diaby is playing and graded as a top tier caliber edge rusher in this league, at least a starting caliber edge rusher in this league. And then one more thing I do want to look at is pass rush win rate. Now, the metric that I have here is 50% of 644 pass rush snaps. So if these edge rushers are getting 322 pass rushing snaps, they are eligible for this list. Yaya Diaby had a pass rush win rate of 18.1. That was 8th in the NFL in terms of edge defenders who played 322 or more edge rushing snaps this past season. Yaya Diaby had a better pass rush win rate than guys like Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter, Josh Allen, Jonathan Greenard, Jadeveon Clowney, Montez Sweat, Gregory Rousseau, Khalil Mack, Brian Burns, some really solid names here, right? Yaya Diaby was 8th with an 18.1 pass rush win rate percentage. The only guys above him were Zadarius Smith, Chop Robinson, Jared Verse, Trey Hendrickson, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, and Myles Garrett. Again, a big difference between Yaya and the guys listed above him. Zadarius Smith, 10 sacks on the year. Chop Robinson had 7. Jared Verse had 8. Trey Hendrickson had just about 18, 17 and a half. Nick Bosa had 9, as I had mentioned. And of course, Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett both hit double-digit sacks as well. So whenever we look at what Yaya Diaby needs to improve on, it's not pass rush win rate. It's not getting to the quarterback. It's being able to finish the play and bring down the quarterback, right? So I will tend to agree with Yaya Diaby here. To say that he is an elite pass rusher, I think in most metrics, you can say that he is a well above average pass rusher, right? But I think to make that next step, to get to that elite level, you've got to start bringing down the quarterback more. Simple as that. Whenever you look at the elite pass rushers of the NFL, your Trey Hendrickson, your Myles Garrett, your Micah Parsons, your Greenards, your Danielle Hunters, your Andrew Van Ginkel, your TJ Watt, they're able to bring down the quarterback in at least 8 to 9 sack range minimum, right? Obviously the maximum being in the double-digit sack range, if not higher, with Hendrickson being at 17 and a half, right? So that's the next piece for Yaya Diaby. He's got the quarterback hits. He's got the quarterback hurries. He's got being sent on a ton of blitzes. He's got the pass rush win rates. We just now need to see him be able to put all of that together and have it result in him bringing down the quarterback. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I would love to hear it. Do you think Yaya Diaby is an elite pass rusher? Do you think he is not an elite pass rusher and that the Buccaneers still need a true number 1? I am still of the mindset that the Buccaneers do need a true number 1 and a good running mate for Yaya Diaby. I still think that is a reasonable thing to ask for, in my opinion, while Yaya still looks to continue to put everything together to come into his own as a top-tier pass rusher who has all the advanced statistics and advanced grading and whatnot under his belt, but then can also put up the sack numbers to piece all of those puzzles together. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. Go Bucs.